I don't know anyone that's gotten chickenpox. Okay? Maybe it's because that vaccine actually worked! Today, I don't know if YouTube's gonna f me up because of this, but we're gonna talk about the vaccine a little bit. The jab, we'll call it. So look, something I didn't want to do, which I think is a little bit inevitable because it's in everyday people's lives, is get into politics, alright? I fucking hate politics. Because I think it's a bunch of bullshit. From either side, it doesn't really fucking matter. Alright, so it has been reported here that Biden is requesting funds for another COVID vaccine. Like a new one, a brand new one. I signed off this morning on a proposal we have to present to Congress a request for additional funding for a new vaccine that is necessary that works. Oh! I thought the last one worked. You know, you had all these people in the government and all these health organizations telling you, hey, this jab, it's going to be non-transmittable. You're going to be safe. You're not going to get it. Now, I've also heard people argue the fact, I mean, there obviously have been in the past issues with vaccines and killing people and causing problems, and it's a real thing. So to say that there's misinformation with COVID, it's like, no, there's just no information. No one knows what the fuck they're doing. You know, this is like if I came up to you at a party with a drink of mystery liquid and I said, here, drink this. And you said, all right. You don't know what's in it. It's the same thing with this shit. Now, just because it's called a vaccine doesn't mean it went through the proper tests to be distributed to the entire fucking world. This is where I think a lot of people are going to stand up against this bullshit again. If they start introducing mask mandates and curfew, all that shit, closing down businesses, I don't think it's going to happen again. Because I, for one, I'm not wearing a mask again. Show me some actual fucking data and facts. Because if we come over here, I'm sorry to get sidetracked. I know we're only like a minute into the episode. But over here, World Health Organization, okay? Numbers at a glance for COVID. So there have been 769,806,130 confirmed cases. Okay? I'm assuming this is the entire world it's talking about. And there have been almost 7 million confirmed deaths. Okay? It's not even at like 1%. It's almost at 1%. Let's just say it's 1%. Okay? That would mean this has a 99% survival rate. Does it not? But they're acting like it's the fucking plague. Like it's the Black Plague coming back. But I just, the way they went about the whole thing is disorganized and fucked up. Now, I understand no one knew what was going on in the beginning. That's completely fine. Alright, sorry. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Okay, so this guy is asking Congress to fund for a new vaccine. One that actually fucking works. It will likely be recommended that everybody get it no matter whether they've gotten it before or not. Okay, now he says recommended, but is the recommendation gonna be like, hey, you can't walk down the street without your fucking COVID passport? You know? You can't get into this bar. You can't go see this concert. You can't cross the border. You can't go shopping for groceries. Okay? Now, they could recommend it, but then they can also absolutely cripple everybody. Again, the announcement comes as a recent rise in COVID-19 cases in some regions has resulted in the return of mask mandates by some entities in the U.S. Hospitalizations due to COVID-19 have also risen. There's no fucking punctuation in this article, by the way. Who's the hill? I don't know, but they wrote this shit. This is the thing. You're never going to get rid of COVID. Okay? Because their fucking vaccine didn't work. When was the last time you heard someone got chickenpox? I don't know anyone that's gotten chickenpox. Okay? Maybe it's because that vaccine actually worked. Now, this is like, you're always going to have COVID. You're always going to have the flu. You're always going to have cancer. There's always going to be something that kills people. Okay? Like, I understand wanting to prevent it, and cure people. But sometimes, realistically, there's just going to be people that die. Now, with a 1% death rate, I would say we're not doing too bad. We're doing all right. I mean, that's horrible for those 7 million people and their families, but it's not 6 billion. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't 40 million. It was $40 billion. Aid for Ukraine? How much more aid does Ukraine need? I thought they were winning. Aren't they pushing up on the front lines? What are we doing? Still giving them money. You got enough shit. You could figure it out. America became a nation with fucking muskets and sticks. And we're over here giving hundreds of billions of dollars to these people to figure it out. But oh, you know what? There's a war going on in Africa, but I don't give a shit. No one seems to give a shit about Africa. There's constantly bullshit going on in Africa. There's children being taken into guerrilla militias and being used to kill people. But no one bats an eye at that. Let's not spend money ending that shit. Bolster the enforcement along the U.S.-Mexico border to slow the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. Jesus! It's almost as if there was someone who saw this problem arising and wanted to build a wall. And they stopped him from building that wall. Now, I think immigration is great. America is built off of immigrants, okay? Everyone from this country, or in this country, is basically an immigrant, okay? Even the fucking whites, okay? Don't give me shit. I didn't have anything to do with it. My people came across on a ship. Everyone came across on a ship, okay? There just so happens to be some people that come across walls. My ancestors came by ship. All right? We're all immigrants. Let's shut the fuck up about that. Okay? No more black, no more white, no more brown. Okay? My wall is your wall. If you want to jump it, jump it. But at the end of the day, we shouldn't be allowing people to just walk across into another nation. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know, man. It's just so fucking hypocritical. Because you have one side talking about, hey, we need to, do something about our border. This shit's getting crazy. And then you got this other side that's like, no, fuck the border. Let them all come in. Then he's over here like, hey, we need funding to stop fentanyl from coming through the fucking border. This shit's getting crazy. And it's like, yeah, well, no shit. And this is what I don't understand. What I don't understand is why everyone equated this wall with being racist. Now, I don't think it was everyone, but I think there are a bunch of, fucking meat puppets. Okay? Now, I think immigration is great. I do think we need to speed up our processing, right? We need to get people in here faster. I think this country, I think it'd be great if we had some immigrants. Because, you hear stories about how immigrants appreciate America much more than actual Americans. And that's because we're born in this country with all of this shit, okay? And, we got influencers over here shaking their ass at Disneyland making $1 million a month. What am I talking about? I don't fucking know. But this is bullshit. I worked in a grocery store during COVID, and that shit was crazy. I swear to God, like every other day or every other week, I was coming into work and we would have a huddle meeting on what's going on with COVID, what's changing, what they think we should do now. It was like that for like an entire fucking 6 months or a year or something. No one knew what to do. But if this shit happens again and they try issuing mandates and they try doing, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Like, yes, I had concern in the beginning, too. I'm like, oh, shit, everyone around me is getting COVID, and then I got COVID, and it was crazy, and it was a little spooky, okay? I'm not denying that. But, in hindsight, I smell a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Think of how much money the people that manufactured this made. Even other people, government officials. It's who even knows where the list goes? The list is probably massive. Okay? People made money off of this. The government was experimenting with taking away control from people. Look at Canada. Canada's going off the fucking rails. They had truckers in Canada striking against all this COVID stuff, right? So Canada froze their bank accounts, and then when people set up donations for the truckers, then they froze the accounts of people donating to the truckers. That's crazy. The fact that someone can believe something opposite of you and be like, no, I don't want to participate in this bullshit. And you can go in and just take all of their fucking money or freeze all of their money or do whatever you want to destroy their livelihood so then they can't speak up. This is what makes people afraid to speak up. I have no problem speaking up. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm not falling for this bullshit again, you know? They may be doing this for the election just to kind of cause some fucking problems, and I don't even know. Like, what reason would there... When was the last time you heard of someone getting COVID? I used to hear it all the time. Oh, this person's got COVID. This person's got COVID. I haven't heard that in months. It's over. Is it happening? Yeah, probably. It's nothing like it was, and that's probably because everyone has immunity, because everyone fucking got it. When it comes to politics, I don't care about the left, I don't care about the right, because at the end of the day, to become president, it takes a lot of money to get yourself out there to people. And that requires donors. And then if someone donates millions upon millions of dollars to you, they're kind of like, hey, you know, don't fuck us over, help us out a little bit. And then you're kind of like in favor to them. So it's all bullshit. I've started leaning my mind more to like a small community, you know? Like I still live in a neighborhood where the neighbors all know each other for years and years and years, and they're all really good people. And that's what we need, man. We need a community again. We don't need to be looking at social media in our house, waiting for the fucking president to do something. Fuck the president, okay? We need to be doing something in this little area right here, my neighborhood. All right, let's have a barbecue night. All right, you guys can't get some food tonight? You hungry? Come on, let me cook you a fucking meal. We need to get away from the left and the right and just be ourselves, be Americans, be the people. We are the ones that they are supposed to govern for. And you look at them and you're looking at the rules they're implementing and you're like, I don't want that shit. These are my representatives? Jesus, I'm a piece of shit. New cases in the last 7 days, 3,446. There you go. There's a pandemic happening again? Doesn't fucking look like it. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. If you want to hear me ramble about some more shit, let me know. Give me something to ramble about. I don't fucking know. I just find things and I start talking. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Give it to a friend that loves talking about the coronavirus. I think America also just has a bunch of fat people.